What's going on?
Man, you know, man, same shit, man, chilling, man. In the crib,
Man,
out Philly, out Philly, man. I'm home. Man, shout out Philly.
yeah, shout out Philly. Yeah, what's
You
going on out there in Philly? How things looking?
know what? It's peaceful. I'm at. It's kind of laid back. You know what I'm saying? Area. The houses like stuck together. Like it's like the houses like real nice, but like the whole block is just like all connected. Like the whole strip. It's like one long ass block, but like one long ass house. You know what I'm saying? Because they all click together. You know what I'm saying? They all
Okay, so
plugged up.
everybody
Yeah,
stick together out there.
yeah. It somewhat. You know what I mean? Uh, they probably segregated by blocks. Ain't really gangs out here like that. It's more territorial, but it's more peace out here. It's laid back. I ain't into nothing, so I ain't. You know what I mean? I ain't got no ops, so I really watch my back. People become more approachable, helpful.
No
It's
doubt.
different wherever you at. And you know what? Somebody posted up, said it's a lot of fake love in New Jersey. You know what I mean? I had commented, I had said, what I had said that's why I like to travel because it's different everywhere you go. But you know what? If people different, you gotta, you know what I mean? Kind
Yeah,
of
it's
like
fake
pick and
love
choose.
everywhere. Everywhere
Yeah,
is fake love. You could be anywhere.
yeah, it's fake. It's fake. It's fake everywhere. But you know what, man? It's gotta watch people because people be the killer could live next door to your house. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch people. You gotta socialize, try to talk to people. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. You know, I got kids. You got kids, so I try to stay and got to know your neighbor.
Yeah, you got to, cause it's like a lot of stuff going on in North, in East Georgia, all over Jersey, everywhere. It's kids getting kidnapped. They getting grabbed up. Nobody can find them. They're missing for months. Like
You
what's
know?
going on? Why
Yeah,
why nobody don't put in work to be finding searching for these kids? It's like they don't talk about it too much. It's
yeah.
like they hold it back.
I'm seeing on Facebook. I'm seeing people put up talking about they probably put out like a pic. I seen a couple pics earlier. What was that in Texas? You know what I'm saying it's kind of crazy because it not Texas. It was Ohio. My bad. I didn't want to get the location messed up, but it's kind of crazy because it's random. And it's something that's been going on, and it's scary. It's been going on since we was kids when they had the killer clowns, and they had stories about how they used to hop out of vans with makeup on and they would grab kids. And I seen it on the news out in PA and Pennsylvania. And guys jump up and grab girls, and they would catch these dudes sometimes. So, but it's crazy how kids just be getting kidnapped and you know what I mean, sex trafficking and get into, I'm saying, crazy stuff like that. You know what I mean, it's
They're gonna lost service.
unfortunate. You,
Yeah,
yeah.
what happened? Yeah, I'm here now. What happened?
No. I had got stopped the conversation. You said we got lost service, so I thought saying it was getting disconnected. But we just gotta teach the kids uh how to stay away from people, how to deal with people, how to talk to people, how not to talk to people. And like we was taught not to talk to strangers and stuff like that as a
Yeah,
kid. You know what I'm
you
saying?
remember when we were kids, the Killer Clown, they had all this other shit,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and all about in the movie. You know, it's like people out here, they following that path or that movie
yeah,
role. They doing the same shit, you know, copycat, and they doing this like it's a business, organization, but they don't talk about this organization. And you got to watch your kids, and you got to protect them and make sure they're safe. You know, you can't be a parent that's out here just letting your kids run the street, up and down the street. You know, then you crying when something happened. You got to be there for them to protect them at all means. You know,
well,
especially
well,
a 5, 6 year old,
you
7 year old.
but back in the day, you know, we was allowed to really go out and not be monitored like that back in the day, and it made us more wiser and sharp on our feet too at the same time. Can't
Yeah,
not
yeah.
you're not only gonna be there to really watch the kids, you really gotta teach them right and guide them right, because you gotta learn them how to watch and be on their P's and Q's too. And if you
Ways
don't do
always,
that,
but check this out. I was like 11, 12 years old, you know. It was one day, you know, my friend, he stayed, you know, on Isabella, you know. So I'm like, okay, I went over there to his house because we be playing the video games and shit. It was late night. It was dark outside. So I'm in the hallway, you know, I'm knocking on his door, and there's a guy. He's standing right by the door. And he was knocking too. He was trying to get in and shit. So I'm like, okay. He's like, who you waiting on? I'm like, I'm waiting on such and such. You're like, yeah. And then he started talking to himself. I smelled the alcohol on him. He was drunk as hell. He was like, yo. He's like, man, I'm tired of fucking punk motherfuckers. He would just say duck some crazy shit like this, girl, man. I'm tired of motherfuckers. Like, hey, you, come here. He said, just come here. And I was out. I was like, yo, I was out. Like, oh shit. Like, you know, I'm 11 years old. Anything could have happened. If I would have just stayed there and came to where he was at,
yeah,
even though we were too far apart, we was maybe like 5 feet apart, you know, but he was drunk.
yeah. You know, you
Yes.
gotta gun or what? So you know what
I
I'm
don't know.
saying?
Yeah, he could have had anything, you know?
So I mean, but that's the thing nowadays, you never know who carrying what. So you gotta respect people. You can't be walking around picking and choosing. Little kids be carrying weapons nowadays. So you know what I mean? Uh, it's important that we flex our rights and know our rights to bear arms. It's messed up that people lose them rights to bear weapons, and people should, especially people with kids, people with families, always have a weapon to protect the household. People running the houses. I saw a video on Facebook where somebody ran in the house and just started shooting and shot. I think this female and ran up in this dude's crib, man. It was crazy. You know what I mean? It could happen to anybody. It could happen. You know what I'm saying, to people's families, and you know what I mean. Is you gotta really be aware out here. You can't be too comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people they comfortable and they don't know they living right by the enemy. You know, you can't trust so many people. You know, me always stayed aware and was on point and I was ready for whatever. So if I didn't trust you, I didn't fuck with you. You know, it's always was like that. I'd be
Uh,
like, stay your distance, I stay my distance. 'Cause I already know what type of person you is, but you gotta focus when you out here, man. You gotta stay on top of your shit and watch your surroundings. You know,
well,
keep
well,
10 toes down. You heard?
kid, all the time. Cause you know what? I always look around. People like, damn, why you always? You know what I mean? Cause you never know. You know what I'm saying, people just draw guns and start shooting the crowd. I ain't trying to get caught up in the crossfire because somebody else shit. It can happen at the mall. It can happen just walking down the block. It can happen. I'm saying anywhere. I'm saying you ain't safe nowhere in America no more. In schools and you know what I mean? I don't care if it's the police station. Like, you gotta be, it can happen anywhere. So, I mean, people do crazy shit. I don't know.
Fact.
I don't know if it's some shit in the air, but I mean, or drugs, or what it is, but people been doing crazy shit from the beginning of time. It's just getting worse, man.
Yeah, gotta be the drugs. You
I
know, I
mean,
told you somebody came in my fucking yard and stole 3 generators.
damn, it's crazy.
Somebody that know me, they was watching me. Somebody watching me that seen me make a move, and then they came and got me. You know, it's like you living around, you be talking. I probably be talking to this motherfucker, drug junkie, fiend, whatever you want to call them. Yo, they ain't got no love for nobody. They would steal from you. They would do anything. So it's like, you know, you can't. You got to be aware of your surroundings. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you
Oh,
always look and be ready for them.
Because now, I mean, when you're talking that way, it's just that. I'm saying you gotta know how people come in and you gotta watch the Bible and say around motherfuckers and do and who should show motherfucker because you really can't tell people like that everything. I'm saying can't.
Instead of trying to
I mean,
attack your family and your kids, you got to watch out for them snakes. These jokers out here, they only care about their habit and their life and what they could get out of life, but they don't care about nobody else. You got people out here that we would help them, but you know, them motherfuckers will stab you in your fucking back when you turn around, you know? Some crooked
well,
shit.
it's always been like that, but take my chances in life, man. I learned that everybody ain't the same, man. In life, just because people
But,
make drugs.
but
But
chances,
it depends on the person and the position where they at. But everybody doing their shit, but they don't do this anybody. It's because they just fucked up shit to one person, meaning that they really do it to you. I learned that over time.
yeah, that's what happened with Alpo. You see it caught back up to him. You know, he thought, you know, he could go back to Harlem and move around, you know.
See, Alpo, I seen Alpo at like this. Nigga just came from prison, man. He was living his life till he knew what was coming to him. He knew what was coming. He was moving around. He was like, yo, I ain't gonna die like a sucker. I ain't running. I'm out here. I live in Harlem. You know, he was bouncing around and had 2 cribs. I'm saying from my standpoint, what I had seen on YouTube about he's just living life. He wasn't really ducking, hiding. He knew what happened, what was coming to him. And the situation with him and Rich Porter was a crazy story. It's a legendary story. And I mean, I seen him on YouTube telling Alpo right before he got murdered. I saw him on YouTube telling how he killed son and drove his body to the middle of New York.
Yeah, I saw that too. I watched it too. Yeah, it was crazy.
Well,
That
he was
caused
driving his
his
car.
he opened up wounds. He opened up wounds with that. That shit opened up a lot of wounds, and you know, people wasn't feeling it, and families was upset, and they was ready to go at him. You know, it was like something he shouldn't have never probably mentioned. He should have left that to the past, and maybe he would have still been here, but that opened up different wounds, and
Yeah,
to the that lost
that,
someone
that
through
that
that.
that that was coming to him, man. It was though he just had it coming, man. When you do dirt, you get dirt. That's just the street. You know what I'm saying Alpo was a legendary
Came.
yeah, but he was legendary killer too, man. He ain't go to the feds for drugs. You gotta remember that. He was to the feds for 14 murders. And 14 murders, he had told on. I'm saying? So
Well, he
I
told
think
a lot of them. You
Yeah,
know,
but he told
he
him,
said he
he told him
didn't
Wayne
do
Perry. He told
it.
he told him he told him Wayne Perry. but
Yeah,
it's like once you really do some shit like that, all that gangster shit you done did in the past, it don't even count no more.
yeah, that shit don't even count no more. You just lost your card because you
Uh,
signed up for something that you couldn't even man up and handle. So
uh,
now you took it. You took it on
it's
the
like
list.
you can't like you'll get into an argument trying to give output any type of credibility to the average nigga on the street. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
he was a drug dealer, but all that was out the door. Now he's just a sucker, he's a snitch.
struggle nigga. Yeah, they snitch and shit. They got no respect for. He's
Ain't no respect for the game. You know what I mean? All that gangster shit he did, and
God have mercy on his soul. You know, that's all. Damn.
but you know what? God bless the dead, and you know what I mean, it's a lesson learned, man.
Lesson learned for real. You should write
But
about that shit.
you know what? It's